We have seen the mass Root Rider army with the full spells. We've also seen the Overgrowth spell with Root Riders, and of course the ZAP spam Root Riders. But in today's video, I'll be showcasing the ZAP Sui Root Riders at the very top of Legends. So without any further ado, let's dive into it. Alright, and our very first base we're going to be taking a look at here is going to be the box base, Invis, and Poison. So now Invis, I feel like is going to be a lot common these days, mainly because of the pure luck of people struggling on those Invis tower bases, because some people are just not accommodated or used to adapting towards the invisibility tower. So what we did initially here now is just zapping out that monolith and that Invis right in front of that town hall, because now with this creates pathing for you to dive a hero smash right into it. So diving good. I'm actually going back to the roots of using the classic ZAP Root Riders. This is what I actually used when I got rank 5 in Legend League, I believe back in February. So nonetheless, here what we are doing is essentially getting a good zap value. Now, as you can see, I had 7 zaps. Now, this basically only needed 6 zaps, which was the Invis, the Warden Tower, and that monolith. But of course, I just went ahead and used all of my zaps there. So now, with that being said, we are getting my king and queen into this inferno, and now the CC comes out. And now the key thing to note here on every single one of my replays I'm going to be showing is that, again, I do not wait till the heroes actually die, because what creates the power of this army composition is being able to keep the heroes alive and have those work in combination with your Root Riders. So here with the Root Rider pathing starting early just to get the Eagle Artillery aggroed onto it, to have the battle drill coming up, the king still is tanking, and exactly why I cleared that entire 12 o'clock side with the Root Riders starting there early, so that the king and queen can turn back for the town hall because of how they enter towards that infernal compartment. So nonetheless, here we do have the queen about to turn onto the town hall. We do have 2 freezes in the bag. We use one in which on that scatter shot there, we do have the battle drill there. We have the Root Riders moving along through the base, and the whole goal of the Root Riders is just to be able to tank for the World Champion, because the World Champion is just powerful, especially in this particular combination attack when utilizing the puppet, the Hog Puppet, and of course that haste file. So I do believe the haste file and that Hog Puppet is very nice, because it makes the RC goes invisible, and then these Hogs just get in front of the RC and just tank for that World Champion. So we're gonna walk away here with the easy triple here, swagging away this Skelly spell. We have Hogs coming out, we have RC moving fast on cleanup just so we do not time fail. So now with this box space under control with the 40 cups, we're going to proceed with the very next replay. And the next space is going to be on the double rage ring base. Now this one is pretty toxic in a way for itself, I think mainly for those Root Riders, but not against the Overgrowth. Unfortunately, the Overgrowth is just too much value on this particular base. So here we go. We are going to start off with that zap, and again, with the 7 zap, you're able to take out a scatter shot now. So scatter shots, we have that monolith, and of course that bomb tower. Unfortunately, that rage could have been taken down, but I decided not to for some reason, or I did miss that zap. Either way, it doesn't matter. We are going to start with the Barbarians, and now the key thing about the Barbarians and how I like the Barbarians is that you can actually use it not only just for funnel, but to be able to pick off the heroes and to tank. So what I did there initially was just to be able to pick off that World Champion, so that this battle drill can actually work its way through that Wizard Tower. On this side, what I want that battle drill to go there, so it actually gets in range of the CC to pull that for me, so that my heroes can deal with it and go inside for the town hall. As you can see and take a look there, I've wall broke into the second layer, and now my Root Riders are going to start on this whole right hand side of the base to work around this town hall compartment as the town hall goes down from both the king and the queen. So the timing of this is all going to be perfect, because as you can see there, the tornado trap is being pulled by the king. The Root Riders are actually working around into the sweeper. As you can see, it's going to be a little bit unfortunate there on terms of timing, because some of those Root Riders are going to split to the town hall, which is not very ideal, but nonetheless it is okay, because they immediately dodge and go out of that poison spell into the back end of the base, where it is a lot of damage. So that right there is 3 Infernos, 2 Exposed, 2 Ricochet Cannons in that rage. So this may seem a little bit worrisome, but not too bad, because again, you still have the Hall Puppet, we have the World Champion, the Queen ability as well, still intact with that Skelly spell. So we do have more cleanup than there are defense-wise in terms of base. So that's going to be the main problem here, is trying to get this under control with that. But this is really great. Again, using the Hall Puppet, having the Hog and the World Champion in that haste file, it just adds so much damage and output from how fast this World Champion moves through the cleanup process, so that this Queen can actually support with the Hog Riders that stay alive to finish the rest of the base there. So that's exactly what happened there, is that we actually did not have that much cleanup. This base was pretty tough in terms of back-end wise. I mean, the zap value was always there. It did not matter which one you zap. It's just a matter of how you handle the Sui hero, and of course, utilizing the Root Riders and the timing of everything in that process. So we are going to walk away with another 40 cups here on one of my good friends, Matt, on this double rage ring base. All right, and that very next base will be this double invis ring base. Now, again, as I'm going to say, invis ring bases are going to be one of the most common bases at the very top of Legends, just because if you take that risk, you do actually end up potentially taking a 1-star on defense. So that's exactly what that risk here is. High risk, high reward, of course. So what we started off here is actually zapping out that scatter shot, expo, invis tower, and that builder hut. So with this actually creates a very, very nice narrow pathing as to being able to enter here and to go into the town hall with the log launcher. So again, on these type of bases, I typically just play it safe and want to utilize this log launcher so that I can ensure that my heroes will be able to take down this invis, because typically on all these bases that have the double invis in the ring base, it's stacked with zap value, and of course being able to access it is going to be key here on this particular base. So here we go, the log launcher triggered that invis tower. Now that these walls are going to be opened by the log launcher, king ability comes in. I'm expecting the heroes to be able to take out this entire core with that log launcher, and then with the Root Riders, they have nothing to clean other than just going through around this ring of the base here. So that's exactly what's happening. We have the Root Riders coming in early. Again, like I said, I do not kind of typically wait on those heroes to die. I just start the Root Riders super early so that the Eagle Artillery and the damage distribution between the Root Riders and the heroes are going to be kind of split off, because that's exactly what you want to do. Because if you are able to keep the heroes alive, like this in this particular case, I am able to keep the Queen alive, getting her in that warring ability, and now I am for sure going to be able to keep her and have her walk and clean up on the rest of the base. Because as you take a look here, she's going to be able to walk here and pick off the Expo, Inferno, RC, and many more to help support on the rest of the base there. So that is going to be key there, because I have the healer puppet on the Queen with the invis vial. So that's exactly why the Queen with the healers can be beneficial, because some of the times here with those healers and the Queen dying, the healers will be transferring to your Root Riders if it's not picked up by any air trap. So that's exactly why that's a key thing of having the heroes, because some of these people think the Root Riders are the problem, but me, I personally think it's going to be the heroes that are the problem. The heroes and the equipments are just so powerful in this meta. Alright, and we are back with this double invis. Well, this is not a double, this is actually one invis and one rage. So this was actually a little bit different than what I'm typically used to seeing, because I'm so used to seeing double invis on this base. But this base is actually kind of unique in its own way, because it's actually different than some of the bases that I've seen that had double invis stacked in that core. So here again, like I said, with those barbarians, it's super duper nice to be able to have that, is because here you could see it basically took off this whole right side funnel for my heroes to be entering into that 12 o'clock compartment there. So as you can see, we are breaking in and we are breaking out, essentially wanting to get the heroes coming along from this top side around into here, and then sending my log launcher from this top side to open the walls so that my Queen can basically backtrack into the town hall. Because what I'm doing here, and the overall goal, is to be able to send my Root Riders into this Rage Tower compartment so that my Queen can eventually turn for that town hall. So that's the whole goal there. We are using that Skelly spell to basically take that single Inferno, but unfortunately, due to all that damage of the Cannon Inferno and the Ricochet, that single does evidently lock onto my Barbarian King and activating that ability super early. Nonetheless, there we are going directly into the Rage Tower. We do have an early freeze there, just because 2 Rage multi-archer towers and that Inferno Tower does a lot of damage. So as you can see here, now with everything cleared out at 9 o'clock and that wall being open for the town hall, the Queen is going to be able to just go back and go right into the town hall, which is very nice. As you can see, the Yetis does not take that out. We do unfortunately lose a lot of our Root Rider just because I do believe I held that Warden ability way too late. I think it was good call to be able to use the Warden ability through all of that rage damage instead of using that Warden ability now, because I lost almost every single one of my Root Riders. Like you can see, I think there's just like 3 Root Riders. Now there is 2 Root Riders left. But you're going to see the power of just the World Champion and the Hogs that's coming out of the Hog Puppet. So again, that's why I'm going to say the Hog Puppet and the hero equipments are just in general just very, very strong. And it makes sense to why Root Rider army composition are strong is because of that hero equipment there. So we are going to fast pace this just so you can see how much base is left with the World Champion, with the Hogs being able to speed this up. I am going to wrap the triple because of the World Champion in the haste file and the Hog Puppet supporting that cleanup. And the very final replay of today is going to be on the Diamond base, as we basically looked at the box, and of course majority of the replays has been ring, so why not close it out other than on this specific Diamond base. So here there was a lot of zap value options here, but unfortunately I just went with the safer route and just basically zapped out this left side Inferno comp so that you could basically essentially see where I'm going with this is having my queen clear out these easy funnel buildings and then have a log launcher with my army and my king going essentially towards that clan castle direction, because you want to kind of find a way of being able to do a Sui where you can get the CC, the clan castle. Dealing with the clan castle with your heroes are going to be the best way without having your heroes getting killed early by any of these defenses. So as you can see there, we are having the Barbarian King going inside of this Inferno compartment, but there we go. Unfortunately, the Queen ability does get triggered, and then that court is basically open. So here we go. The Super Dragon is going to be dealt with that Queen there. Unfortunately, the Queen gets locked on by both of those expos, which causes a little bit of an issue because now that Super Dragon does not necessarily go down. So here, if the King actually went into the court, the King would have definitely taken down the Town Hall himself. But unfortunately, it does not happen. So, but luckily, he does find himself back into the army and joins with the Root Riders. But here, it's just a matter of being able to have that power and spell utilization going into the rest of the base. So we are going to use that Rage, pop that Warrior ability as we're getting into the Town Hall so that these Root Riders and that healer, like I talked about in the last replay, if the Queen dies, the healers transfer to the Root Riders, and you can see that intense healing effect it's doing to the Root Riders and how much it's supporting that there. So here we go. We get the King working on the enemy King. He's essentially at this point doing cleanup work, so which is a-okay because now we have a big split between the Root Riders and the World Champion. And now, as you can see, the Hog Puppet is being activated early there just so I'm able to have some tanking provided for my World Champion, and also to speed the World Champion through this so that I can get to the cleanup part. So you can see that Golem is somewhat still there. It's crazy how I used him at the beginning, and he is going to be ending up on cleanup. By the way, this is going to be finishing it up on a triple because of the strong Kill Squad Sui ZAP Root Riders. Alright, and if we take a look at how we finished on the day, of course we finished on a perfect 8 for 8. 320 right there. Now, unfortunately on defense, it's a bit hectic because we are the top 200 there, but we are lucky that we actually got a 1-star because that is a plus 25 secured on the day right there. Now, moving along to our hero equipment, of course, I wanted to show you guys what I am using because these are the currently maxed ones that I have upgraded so that I could have the best benefit output from these heroes. So on the Barbarian King, of course, the Rage Vial and the King's Gauntlet's probably the best for the Barbarian King. In terms of the Archer Queen, Healer Puppet, and Invis Vial, but if you don't have that Healer Puppet maxed out, Frozen Arrow is the second option. Moving on to the Grand Warden, we have that Healing Tome, and of course that Eternal Tome. That is probably going to be the best for the Root Riders because we don't have healers here. Now lastly, on the World Champion, no doubt, no questions about that, that's going to be the Haste Vial and Hog Puppet. Alright, so that's going to be it for me. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys go ahead, like, and comment down below what you guys would like to see in our next video. I will also link this army composition down in the description for you guys, so make sure you guys let me know how you guys do with that army as well. But until then, I'll catch you all in the very next one. Ghost out.